So we got a whole new build series here, completely different from the last one. We're gonna be taking a bike that's not an adventure bike and making it an adventure bike. Woo! So here's my brother's DRZ400 SuperMoto. You remember this bike from such videos as, oh, my knee. And that's not my bike.
Oh no! That's not my bike.
I've ridden it a few times. While we were getting the MT-07 DIY adventure bike ready, my brother was like, man, this sounds fun. I've got a DRZ. I want it to be an adventure bike too. And I was like, that shouldn't be too hard. And he said, fine, then you do it. Recreated in perfect scale details, a DRZ400 SuperMoto. Now the good thing is, this actually is a bike that's meant for off-roading to begin with. What are we gonna do to it though? How do we make this into an adventure bike, right? Well, the first thing we're gonna do,
that doesn't look right. Let me try. I can do better. Hang on. I can do better.
we're gonna put knobbies on it. Yes, 21s and 18 inch rims with knobby tires. Then we're gonna add little side rack thingies. A top little rack up here. Ian has roto packs to go on there. New chains and sprockets. We've got luggage. We've got new hand guards to put on. I don't even know. Shut up. A few other small odds and ends. I mean, you can practically just see it with my drawing here. This isn't a massive conversion, but it's a little mini series. I thought it'd be kind of fun to film it out here. He must have thought it was too. Plus he gets me to do the work instead of himself. So he brought it all to me and said, do it. Now I know you might be thinking, Jake, it's not actually an adventure bike though. That's just, you're turning it back into a dual sport. Maybe, I don't know. Look, here, let's, oh God. So let's say this is the line here. Got dirt bikes over here, touring bikes over here, ADVs here, dual sports there, my MT-07, nobody knows, and all sorts of other things in between. I don't know. Where's Ian's bike gonna lie in there? Is it a dual sport? Is it an adventure bike? Is it somewhere in the middle? Who really cares? Why we feel like we always have to put an exact title on things, I have no idea. The point is, we're gonna turn this thing into whatever you wanna call it, and it's gonna be able to do some adventures.
Ian's bike, it is a SuperMoto, but he wants it to be an adventure bike. So we'll bolt some parts on and then we'll get it all ready. And then we'll go on an adventure.
The first thing we want to do, I want to work on these things. Ta-da, the wheels are done. So I actually took these wheels to a local shop to have the tires ripped off and have some new wheel bearings driven in. Basically, I just didn't want to deal with the old tires. Come up there, let them do it, let them go ahead and drive the new bearings in. Secondly, just a bit of a time crunch. I've got a lot going on right now. His bike has got to be ready to go in like 2 weeks. Once I got the wheels back here, I trued them up. I was actually supposed to get them back without the tires on and true them up. It's kind of unusual to do it with the tire on. I've never done that before, but I let the air out of the tire and then I balanced them just like my bike. We threw the TKC80s on here, had the shop do it. So they're looking pretty good now. Ian had a 50 tooth on here, which was this was his just pure off-road setup. So he's gonna swap that out. He's got 1542. The S models run a 1544. He decided he wanted to try going 2 teeth down in the rear to maybe give him a little more highway ability. We'll just have to see how that plays out. We decided this doesn't work right. I think I've got a 14 tooth for this bike. I could always just slap that in there. Greatest tool ever here, Warp 9 sent me a while back. Everybody should have one of these. With the bearing and seals being new, get a bit of grease, kind of work it down in there between the two. These are sealed bearings, but kind of filling some of that gap in with grease, making it a little more penetrable for water. If water does get in, protecting the steel in there. So we'll stick that guy in, clips in there, turns, kind of smear that grease around. I'll wipe off some of the excess so it's not just collecting dirt. Did not bring me another one of these washers, and this one is really smashed out. The way these work is you fold these sides over. It's supposed to help keep this nut from backing off. think I'm gonna have to pull one out. You don't want to be able to snag on something, so if you put it like this, it goes by, it could possibly yank it off. That's a lot of lean. I had new wheel bearings and seals installed in the wheels. There is one seal that they didn't install. It's because it's inside the hub right here. And the drive hub that the DRZ runs, it's kind of old school, but what it literally is, the wheel spins this, it spins a cable that goes up into the dash. That's what it reads the speed off of. And if Ian really wanted to like correct his speedometer for the 21-inch rim, he actually just has to get an S model drive hub. So while we're in here, we'll clean that out a little bit. New stuff in there. There's our new one. Just press in there. That kickstand is way too short. He's got this skid plate he wants me to throw on there. We'll change the oil while we're doing that because he's got everything to do the oil too. So that means first we need to get the engine hot. Hey, getting out my gloves. Oh, let me get it. Now for some reason we lost audio on a couple of these clips. I don't know what happened, but anyway, as you can see, we kept changing the oil. Crush washer! When you take this thing off, care if there's a little bit of spring tension, get the O-ring, get the filter, you know what to do. My brother bought these extra O-rings, he didn't need them, his were fine, so I saved them for later. New filter in, O-ring on, don't be a dingus, and tighten these up. Oh, this is gonna make the internet upset. They're like, ah, it's okay, you just give it a little tug, not a big one. New crush washer again. If you just stick a funnel in there all the way down, the problem that you'll run into is that you'll create a seal down here and then the oil like fills up and you gotta let it trickle down. So what you can do sometimes is put just a little bit of like a rag or something kind of right there in the beginning. That'll wedge enough to give a little gap for air to get into. DRZ takes 1.8 or 1.9 quarts of oil, so you just dump 2. I don't normally say overfill things, but this is one of those cases, doesn't matter. Sorry, there's a truck pulling up here. I think I'm gonna be robbed. And the audio problems have come back. I'm sorry guys, this was really weird, but what I'm doing right here is I'm running the bike, which you need to do after you change the oil, just kind of level things out so you can actually check where it's at. And while it's just idling there, I'm adjusting the manual cam chain adjuster. One of the few weak points on the DRZ engine is the automatic cam chain adjuster. So we've replaced this one with a manual one a long time ago. My old DRZ had one. It's a great thing to get. The only thing is, it's up to you to remember to adjust it. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. And what I'm basically going to do, if you can imagine, the engine's running and I actually will back that bolt off just to the point you can hear the chain go. It's very minorly hear it. You wouldn't even be able to hear it in the video anywhere, I promise you. And then basically you just take it back till it stops. And then I like to go like maybe 1/8 of a turn more. Once you do that, tighten up the jam nut. kill the engine, and check the oil. Now I think what I was trying to show up here is that sometimes when the oil is super new and clean on the dipstick, you can't actually see it. So you can kind of do is press it against the towel right here, pull the towel to the side, and that kind of shows you the level. You'll see sort of the wet spot on the napkin. Anyway, it looked good, and so I continued on to the next part. So with them skid plates, something we learned a little while ago, if you just put these skid plates on as is, one, any place that they make contact with, like maybe the frame rails, they'll make a horrible vibration. Plus in general, they just echo a lot of sound back up. So I've been putting foam rubber on them. This is just real cheap stuff. You can buy this on Amazon. It's not expensive by any means. And that's where we concluded things. I did finish bolting on the skid plate. I don't know why we don't have a clip of that. We're here in my office, by the way. I don't know if I've ever shown this in a video, but this is where I sit here and do a lot of this. Yeah, basically we did all the work on the DRZ all at once. I think in the beginning of the video I said something like we had 2 weeks to get the DRZ ready. I was wrong. We had 1 week to get the DRZ ready. Plus my bike wasn't 100% ready either, and this trip just sort of ran up on it, so I had to just work all at once, then come in here and kind of edit the video. Don't worry, this will not be like a 20-part series. It's just, this was a lot simpler. I just thought it'd be fun to show you guys what our sort of thought processes were and what we did to make his SuperMoto into a dual sport adventure bike. So if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. If you want to leave a comment, that'd be really helpful. You know, all those things help out with these sort of things on the YouTube thing. If you want to see an extended, longer, better, cooler version of this video, be sure to check out Patreon. I'll have an annotation on the screen. That is Premio Director's Cut of these videos. You can join that and see the entire backlog of them for just $1 a month if you want to do it like that. And you can always DM me and say what's up to me on there and I will get back to you. Over the next few videos, we will add luggage racks. I do a few electrical mods to the bike. We add a fancy carrying case that holds something that YouTube won't let me talk about, and a number of other little things here and there, getting the bike ready for our adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.